Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dream Team Tonic podcast. We're currently live on YouTube with our Patreon members. So do give us a shout if you're joining us today in the chat. If you are interested in joining us on future live streams, there's a link in the description below. You can join us on the live streams. We've got Discord community, exclusive articles, and the rest. But yeah, give us a shout if you're in the chat. Today, we've got our usual guys with us, the usual team. We've got Ben. How you getting on, mate?
How you doing, mate? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not too bad, apart from just getting excited about bringing that music back and then fluffing it. And we've got Tony. How you doing, mate?
Good evening, mate.
I was so close.
It was close.
And then we've got special guest joining us again, Jordan, Patreon member. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Evening to everyone. I'm very good, thank you.
Looking forward to meeting you as well. We'll come on to it later, but we've got our Tonic meetup, which Jordan's been a big part of. So we'll explain that a bit later in the episode. But we're going to kick things off with top point scorers for this game week so far, game week 24. The visual on the screen is from ffstuff.co.uk. Anyone standing out to you guys? We've got João Gomez as the number one performing player of the week, but not someone that's usually familiar with us.
No.
Anyone
Top
that stands
player.
out to you, Tony?
Watkins throwing everybody. Couple of goals. I think, did he have a third disallowed as well? I think he had one chopped off. Could have had a hat trick. So yeah, he'll be annoying a few people, won't he, up there?
Did any of you have him?
No.
I just sold him. Typical, innit?
Was it this?
Yeah.
Was it this you sold him?
I sold him last week, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, weren't this week.
I feel like I've had him quite a lot of times this season and barely any of his goals.
Yeah.
Are we all on Saka? Saka
Yeah.
14 points.
Yeah.
No, another one that's out my team.
Oh, go on, you were planning to get him in, weren't you? But
Yeah,
injuries stopped that.
injuries are messing my plans up. Yeah, Saka was the first person who was going to be coming in this week, but two defenders were injured, so yeah, I had to forfeit that.
I don't know. I'm not sure if he's in the chat yet, but my tag teammate Connor had an eye on captaining him, and I'd hate to say it, but I think I told him he was mad for going against Ireland. It's not looking good. It's not looking good so far.
I told him to captain him.
You told him to go Saka?
I said, do you want to? What are you concentrating on? Do you want to win the thing? Do you want to win some money, or do you want to just play it safe? Go for it. If you just bothered about rank, because obviously I know he's quite high up in it, Connor. I think he's very close to me. I would toy with the idea. I wish I had now, but yeah, I went safe. But yeah, he asked the question a half hour before the deadline, and yeah,
You were like you were the devil, and I was
I
was talking him out of it.
Yeah.
I see Erdegaard had a decent week. He went off the boil for a little bit, but he's looked brilliant the last two. Anyone thinking about Tony or not really? Not you, Ivan Tony.
No, I don't want to get started on him again.
Yeah, should we just leave him off? We went too far on him last
I
week.
don't like the bloke.
Well, if anyone wants to have a look at this visual, it's on ffstuff.co.uk. They break it down into bonus points, the add-on points for shots on target, and then obviously your goals and assists. But yeah, for me,
another troll on there, Sterling.
Yeah, Sterling was taken out by a lot of people, I think, this week.
Another one of my transfers out.
Yeah, but you bought Rodri in, didn't you? Rodri's made the list.
Yeah. I kept Sterling over Saka because he had those 2 double game weeks over Saka.
Yeah.
But Sterling, and he bossed against Preston and Middlesbrough the week before. I decided to keep him instead of Saka. And then when I sold Saka, then Sterling did nothing, and then he got dropped for a couple of games as well. Then he comes in against City and scores. But
One guy that I did want to.
I wouldn't have kept him, so it doesn't really bother me.
I wouldn't have picked this guy that I'm about to pick out here as well. But when we've done that thing the other week, wasn't it? Players under 2 mil.
Yeah.
Kivior 1.8 has made the list. Two assists in 3 games. Not bad at all.
He's playing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying to Ben before we started, we've sort of moved him and kept trying to make him do the Zinchenko thing and just let him play as a sort of left back or left centre back.
Yeah.
You're Gooner as well, aren't you, Jordan?
Yeah, I am, mate. Yeah, I think the biggest difference over the last couple of games is obviously you got 4 natural centre backs sitting back, and Kivior's a lot better defensively than Zinchenko because he frustrates me a lot, Zinchenko. And having Rice slot back as well in like a pivot role, I think we look a lot sharper at the back, and we might get more clean sheets as a result of that. I know we're going into Porto away. That's going to be a challenging game, but I expect goals from both teams. So I think it might be quite a high-scoring game, that one. And then going into Newcastle, I think Arsenal will win that. And hopefully can keep a clean sheet as well, because Newcastle don't look the best at the minute.
No, they're not on it as much as they were, but I can imagine they're going to get up for this one.
Yeah.
Captaincy as well doesn't get more one-sided than this, does it? I think last week he was 95%.
Yeah.
Haaland's now 96.4. Saka on 1.5 is the second most captained, which is crazy, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Because I talked everyone out of it, I think.
To be fair, I'm there trying to talk Connor into it, but I didn't do it myself. It's easier with someone else's team, isn't it? Yeah, go on, Captain Saka, lad.
Well, of course, captaincy picks is going to be one of the questions that comes up, so we won't spend any more time on this one. But just a quick shout out to our new sign-ups on the Patreon. So we've got Rachel, we've got Neil and Lee all signed up. So thank you very much for joining. And
cheers.
I think Rachel's in the chat as well. So evening to Rachel, evening to Graham. Graham's there. We've got Owen Higgins joining us. Good to see you back, Andy. Andy Barnett is in the chat.
My dream
Baz
team
Bestos. Baz, we weren't punctual, mate, because we knew you were going to be late. That's why we waited an extra 5 minutes.
Yeah, we were waiting for Baz.
And Nathan joining us in the chat. So, fixtures. Just before we go on to these questions. So, double game week next week again. FA Cup, Premier League, and obviously we've got the Carabao Cup final as well. Any that are standing out to you there that you'll be targeting? Do you want to start, Tony?
I mean, it's City's, isn't it? City's fixtures just yell points. I did like the Wolves one, Sheffield United and Brighton for Cunha, but obviously he's done I think he's got a thigh injury, so he's out, which is unfortunate. So Brighton obviously next week, and then the following 2 weeks have the 3 doubles now with the European games coming back. So could pick someone from Brighton, but they're not the easiest of games, Everton and Wolves. Everton obviously fighting for the lives, and then Wolves are a decent side, as we've seen again at the weekend. Newcastle's game against Rovers. We are not the best defensively. And if Anthony Gordon's on penalties, then he could have a field day with us, to be fair.
Did you see that pen that was given to him?
I haven't, no.
And you lads see it? on there?
No,
He was like,
Yeah,
it was, yeah.
I seen the penalty. Scored the penalty. The Carabao got the penalty.
Oh, there was like a shirt. There was a cross that come in.
Yes.
And there was there was like a shirt pull in the build up, and it looked like it was offside. I think they said it was offside, but the actual shirt pull was apparently like non-football action, so the penalty was still given and not ruled out for offside. I think that was how it was given.
But if the shirt pull is after the ball has been kicked, then it's retrospective. It doesn't matter. Because as soon as that ball is kicked, the offside is the first decision.
Yeah, I might have misunderstood it when I watched it back, but it did seem strange. I haven't seen anything like that given before.
No.
Yeah, I quite like the look of Brighton. Especially Pascal Gross today was on fire. Adingra's come back, smashing it as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, Adingra looked good.
But yeah, I mean, we'll come on to the teams later, but I'm looking at these thinking I would love to maybe take a punt on it if I could afford to, but my team isn't in the shape to do it at the minute. But Ben, you seen any you like the look of?
Yeah, Liverpool. Well, they've got Southampton at home in the FA Cup and Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final. Don't mind that. But I think you covered pretty much all of them, all the good ones. Obviously, Bournemouth's got a double, but they're playing Man City and Leicester. Both home matches, though. So, yeah.
You all hanging on to Palmer at the minute? Who's got Palmer still?
Yeah.
I got stuck with him because of injuries. So it'll be a bit of a differential next week, probably.
Yeah, I'm hoping so as well.
Definitely.
It doesn't look too bad, does it? They'll probably be on a bit of a high. I'll say they'll be on a bit of a high going from that Man City one, but I mean, if they do end up losing to Liverpool in the final, the Leeds game, or it goes to extra time or something, there might be loads of rotation right there in that second one.
They seem to go strong in the cups, though, don't they, Chelsea?
Yeah, I mean, they're not really chasing much else, are they?
No.
They're going to have to prioritise these cups now, surely. He's going to play stronger side in both those games. Palmer should be starting both on penalties. Can't take him out for that double. Be crazy too.
I think the last thing to mention to anyone that's listening is Spurs blank that week. Because they were supposed to be playing Chelsea. So they're off the table completely, aren't they, at the minute?
Yeah. Have you seen that on the app? Chelsea players have got a triple game week.
Oh yeah, they've not updated it, have they? So showing that they've got 3 games.
Yeah, obviously that game against Tottenham is off, so it's only a double game week.
Well, I'm not sure if maybe they've updated it on the app, because on the website now it's showing blank Liverpool Leeds. But definitely you print screened it and sent it in earlier, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right, should we go straight into the questions?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Sounds good to me, mate.
If you are joining us in the future, if you're not one of our Patreon members and you're listening to this after it goes out, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And there'll be a link in the description below if you're interested in becoming a Patreon member. Early access to the live streams and the pods, Discord community chat, updated player watch lists. You've got exclusive articles, blog posts, and exciting for everyone. This is the new merch store is up. Thanks to Tony.
Hey.
We've got a picture on screen there for our hoodies and our mugs. So if you fancy a Dream Team Tonic mug, there'll be a link in the description below there. Obviously supports the channel as well. We've got Anthony Stringer first up, and it's a question for you, Ben. Have you got an idea of what players you'll have for your Park the Bus?
I'm thinking like Robertson, Van Dijk, and hopefully Trent will be back by the time I use it. I'm thinking around game week 31 at the moment. And possibly 2 City defenders. I still don't know who yet. If I had to pick now, probably, but obviously it's in a few weeks, but it'd probably be someone like a Diaz, possibly Ake, maybe Walker. I don't know.
Which City have you got already?
I ain't got
Surely,
no. I
got
didn't go
none?
down. I went the opposite way today. This week, try something different. I went double Liverpool. Nearly got a clean sheet. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say obviously you'll keep the ones you've got, but that makes sense why you haven't. Tony's anti-City defense as well. I'm the only one who went for it this week. What about you, Jordan? You got any City?
Yeah, I've got Ake. I fell into the trap the previous week. I had Garvidal, and then he gets injured, so I was drafted in straight move this week. But I've only got the one City defender. I think that's just the safe move at the minute, just because he keeps rotating it. So I'm still not set on their defence. I just think it's a bit risky.
I know it's. Oh, sorry, go on, Tony.
I was just going to say it's one risk you've got is obviously the rotation. If your player doesn't play, if he doesn't start, he's not getting a clean sheet. So then they're not keeping clean sheets. So I've got Edison, finally got a keeper. So just throwing the keeper in just to cover anybody who does have a Kyle Walker or like an Ake or someone. Just cover it for that. So if they do get a clean sheet, Edison mops up them bits of points because they're not getting bonus points, not getting any other points. I think we went through it in the Discord before the game as well when we were comparing like Ake and Diaz to say Conor Bradley and Robertson at Liverpool. So just go for the Liverpool lads because the more chance of picking up other points. I'm really set against the City defence. I was from the start of the season, and it's not changed my mind.
They did have a couple freak bonus this week, but I mean, in general, they haven't been getting bonus anywhere near the level of other people. But Ake somehow ended up with 3, and Akanji 3 bonus as well this game. But it just seemed like they had so much of the ball, that they were doing quite a bit. Have you played your part of the bus yet, Jordan?
No, it's the only one that I haven't played. I think I'm going to play it the same game week as Ben highlighted, but I've not got my set sight on it at the minute. I'm just going to play it strategically, have a look at the fixtures, and then hit it on the double game week. But haven't really given it too much thought at the minute. Yeah,
it's horrible.
Yeah,
it's horrible because you're taking out two forwards. You take a forward and a mid, or to play it. So although you're thinking, right, I'm getting double points from all my defenders, you're just sweating that striker that you take out doesn't go absolutely mental.
We've got Aman up next. Any FA Cup punts for the week? I guess that sort of includes the Carabao as well. If you wanted to go there, do you want to kick us off, Tony?
Do you know? I just I like the look of
fixtures.
Doku at City. I know it's not very punty that, but I just think you'll get some points. You'll get some decent points this week. The 20 Gameweek 25. With the others like Chelsea, again, it's not punty, but Cole Palmer, if he starts that game against Leeds, there could be something in there for him. It's not like you look at Solanke for the cup game against Leicester, but he's got City that same week, so I wouldn't want to go there. There's nothing too. Adingra looked good today, so I'd give him a mention. But other than that, City having Bournemouth and Luton, it's just trying to get the players that play. Obviously, Grealish being out helps Doku's minutes, I think. But he might play Oscar Bob there, and he might not get any minutes. So and I'll give another shout to Gordon as well against Blackburn. Could be some points in it for him there. Isaac and Wilson both injured again. I know Wilson's out long term now. Isaac's still out, isn't he?
I don't know what the time frame is on Isak, but so I think Wilson's the season, isn't it? Now,
who played centre forward for Newcastle this week?
Gordon. I'm pretty
So
sure.
Gordon played through middle.
Yeah.
Did Harvey Barnes start then?
I think he did. Hang on. I didn't see the lineup on that one.
I mean, Gordon's not a bad punt. If obviously you'd have to take the risk that he does play the cup game, but
Yeah, Barnes
again
off
with
the
Newcastle,
left.
you'd expect him to go strong in cup. They've not won a cup in years, so they've got to go strong.
What about you, Ben? Cup punts?
Yeah, well, United, they've got Fulham at home and Forest in the cup away. Hoyland's on fire at the minute. He's got 7 goals in 6 games. He's a bit of a punt, but obviously it's like a 1-week punt because they got Man City the week after and it's a single game week.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bruno Fernandes is on penalties for United as well. The Wolves, I'm thinking Pedro Neto, 2 home games, could be a good punt. And Brighton's a safe punt because they've got 3 double game weeks with the Europa League starting in game 26. So you've got Gross, who's on penalties while Pedro is injured, João Pedro. Adingra, who's back from the AFCON, got 2 goals. And Mitoma, he got 2 assists the weekend as well. So that
Surprised he'd carry on. He nearly had his leg snapped.
Cool. Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my my 10 pence.
Got any for us, Jordan?
Yeah, I did flag up the Man United assets because I've currently got Jota. So I was thinking about putting Hoyland in for Jota this week. I just think they're on the really good run at the minute. Found a bit of confidence going forward. And then the other player that I'm thinking about is Gross at the minute, just because of the performance today, and is quite a consistent performer. And with the European games coming up as well, I think he might be a little bit of a long-term hold. I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
I like that.
Don't talk to James about Gross. I think he's trolled him this season, hasn't he? He brought him in for the last few doubles that Brian had and didn't do nothing. And then as soon as he's come out, he's started banging again.
Yeah, I think quite a lot of the Brighton players have trolled quite a few of our community members, haven't they? Because their last run, I think it was the last round of the cup, really, wasn't it? It was highlighted that they had quite a good fixture run, and it's just been obviously João Pedro done all right, didn't he, when he was available, but then got injured.
Yeah,
then got injured for people, and I know a load of people went for Pascal Gross, and he was a little bit underwhelming, or less than what you'd expect, and now he's just been smashing it the last few weeks. I've highlighted Gross on mine. He's up to the 4th midfielder now, 4th highest mid, 36 bonus. I think Mitoma and Adingra are both really good options. You've both flagged them as well, and I liked Hoyland. He's got 7 goals, like Ben said, and he's got 2 assists as well in that 6 games. So 9 returns in 6. It's pretty mad. Did you see the goal he scored today? Was incredible. The second one that
off his chest.
I think he meant.
I'm not having he meant it.
No, I thought he meant that.
Absolutely not. He was trying to get out of a shot. Gary Neville were talking as if like, oh, look at it, sublime. Look at him. He's guided it in with his chest. Like,
if that was someone like Zlatan, you could get away with it, couldn't you? But
I'm not having that. He turned his chest as in like, I'm turning away to like let the shot go past me because he probably weren't aware where he was. And he's made out, he's like, he's not chested that in.
Oh, no, I think
Neville, have a day off, lad.
If you're in the chat, let us know if you think that Hoyland meant that. I think he proper turned into it, I thought. We've got a few United fans in there as well.
But I tell you what, if there's ever a team that deserves a bit of a big up, Luton, Jesus, they're brilliant. Honestly, the fight they're putting up to stay in this league is unreal. I know it's not the best United team we've seen in a long time, but they had the chances. I know United probably should have scored 5 or 6, but ex-Rovers keeper Kaminsky was the cat, absolutely smashing it. But fair play to Luton. They have really have scared some of the bigger sides down there at Kenilworth Road, so they do well.
Next up, best captain pick for game week. We couldn't decide if Anthony actually meant game week 26 because it's normally the next one ahead, but I thought it was 25. So should we just quickly do both? And then that's the captaincy covered. But he's basically saying like Haaland isn't always the best one, it seems. But he thinks we're all a bit too scared to go for someone else, even if the fixtures look good. So if I bring up the fixture ticker again, do you want to start us off, Tony? What are you thinking for captaincy this week? And do you think you'll go against Haaland in the next 2 weeks, really?
Am I going to go against him? Yeah, quite possibly. Because that Luton game, will he play? If he doesn't play, so if you go against him and he doesn't play that Luton game, he could be in for a decent little rise. Obviously, the Liverpool might rotate with the positioning now of the Premier League. With how that is, you might see Harvey Elliott come into front line with Gakpo. So I'd avoid the Liverpool lads. Chelsea, Palmer looks a good option. If you do go for a Brighton lad, like a Dinger, a Gross, someone like that, they'd be a decent option. I don't know, gun to head, will I go against Ireland in 25?
Wisby said, Nathan Wisby said in the chat that I wonder if a few people get caught out by that triple game week on the app
and go for Palmer.
Yeah, and Captain Palmer.
Yes, that might happen, you know, from the casuals. That obviously not realising. Yeah. Is anybody else going against him?
Go on, Jordan.
Go on, Jordan.
I'm tempted by Højlund just because of the form that is on at the minute and the fixtures that he's got. Haaland didn't look fantastic last night. And there's just that risk of rotation, whether he'll drop Haaland for one of the games, put him on the bench, giving Alvarez more time, Bernardo Silva, someone like that. But I think Højlund would start both games, but it's like I said, it's a gamble, but it could pay off.
It could, and obviously we're only halfway through this week, so the Saka versus Haaland could still swing in the way of Haaland, as we know this week. So it's not one that's signed, sealed, and like, oh, we should have gone for Saka and took the punt. Yeah, what do you reckon, Ben? Are you going to be going against him anytime soon?
I'm tempted to, but like I say, it's nice double game week. I'm possibly might go Salah, bring him in, captain him against Chelsea and Southampton. And like you say, we don't know if there'll be rotation, but if he plays like 120 minutes against Chelsea, surely he's going to rest against Southampton. You know, if it goes to extra time, the final. Yeah. The FA Cup game could go to extra time as well because there's no replays. What was the other one? Yeah, I could maybe go for a Foden. I could see him playing more minutes. Alvarez could be a good shout because he's had a rest last week, hasn't he? And it's still early doors in the FA Cup, so might give Alvarez more minutes in the FA Cup. Yeah.
I'm looking at it about this. I can't see myself going against it. It just feels so risky, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We won't get a leak either for the Man City team because it's a 5:30 kickoff on Saturday. It's a 2 o'clock.
I like to think, in my head, I'd be going, right, he's nailed for Bournemouth game. But then it's that midweek game in FA Cup that you just like. When he's fit, though, he usually plays all the time.
Yeah.
You never really see him on the bench unless he's coming back from injury. He's usually on that pitch. It's a tricky one, but out of all of them, if you were to bring in like a Brighton player and captain them, I think if you're having a punt, the safer punt would be a Brighton player because they are more of a long-term hold because you've got the doubles after that. Obviously, like Jordan's on about bringing in Højlund, you'd want to then probably be rid of him the week after. So you are booking that transfer back out, but with 2 a week, you are able to play quite short term at the minute.
I don't know,
mate. amount of injuries that there is, it's like plans are going out the window, aren't they?
Yeah, too risky nowadays. Getting 2-3 injuries a week.
Yeah, but then for me, I think that's killing the long term planning. So it's if someone's got a single this week, but you're thinking, but they've got a double next week, I'll bring them in this week so I'm ready for next week. And you bring them in for the single, they get injured, and the double, you're having to ship them back out for somebody else anyway. I think we've
all been stung by that recently.
Yeah, go on.
If ever there's a season to be able to play these punts and do it quite safely, it is this year with having 2 every week, 2 transfers.
That one you were just going on about there, about bringing a player in for a single ready for the doubles. Watkins, he's got a nice home game against Forest, single, and then he goes into 2 double game weeks, Luton and the Europa League game, and Tottenham and the Europa League game. The draw for the Europa League's on Friday, so we'll find out then who the teams get in the next round.
Yeah. And you just know, don't you? If you bring him in for Forest game, he limps off after 12 minutes and then misses the double next week. It's just it's so risky. Like I say, there's injuries everywhere. It's messing everyone's plans up.
We've got David87 up next. Anyone moving on Saka next week for some potential 4-for-2s out there? If so, who replaces him? Assuming we all have KDB and Foden already. I don't think I can take Saka out. I held him the whole way. I held him the whole way through quite a few singles, and I think he pretty much got 8 points in most games, didn't he? And then he's had a couple hauls now. A couple 5s, a couple 8-pointers, 9-pointers, and then 17 and 14 in his last 2. 2 goals this week, 2 goals last week. He's on fire. He's already beat last year's attacking returns as well now.
It's not bad with how long still to go in the season, is it?
Yeah, it's really impressive. He's going nowhere for me.
Yep, same. I'm with you, Scott. Like you say, held through the singles and didn't risk taking him out, even when, because you're getting a little bit of stick at one point, weren't he? About he wasn't performing quite as well. Yeah. But he's ticked along nicely with the points. His singles and then his like decent double-digit hauls have been enough just to fend off the doubling players from other teams. I'm staying with him.
He's come back absolutely refreshed since that winter break. When we went to Dubai, he's come back looking brilliant. What about you, Ben? You not got him, have you? So are you looking at you've missed the boat, or are you going to still just try and get him straight in?
If you don't have him, I wouldn't bring him in. But if you've got him, I wouldn't sell him now because it's a single game against Newcastle and a single game against Sheffield United. That Sheffield United game, it just might as well be a double game week. And Newcastle at home, I think Arsenal are going to beat them at home. I think it's an easier match for them than rather than playing away at Newcastle. Saka is taking the penalties now. He's not giving them away. He looks a bit more ruthless now. Was it 4 goals in 2 games?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't move him on. I mean, if you're struggling, if it's for someone like a De Bruyne or a Salah, maybe, but I wouldn't really look to move him on. He'd be the last player I'd sell in your team.
And Jordan, agreement?
I'm in agreement with Saka. I just think with Saka, you just got to keep an eye on with the games coming up. It seems, I don't know what it is with him. Every time he goes down, I'm just like, I hope you're not injured. I hope you're not injured. He's always holding his ankle. So I'm just waiting on that a little bit, to be fair. But no, I'm going to hold him in for now. But he does worry me because I don't think he's 100% fully fit. I might be wrong, but I just think there's something underlying there. But we'll see anyway. But I'm holding him.
Got 257 points. Yeah, I mean, if he's playing injured, scary what he'll do when he's fit. On those penalties, he's taken them, but honestly, none of them are convincing.
No,
you know, when you get a taker, don't you? Like, I don't know, Harry Kane or someone, and they smash him home every time. He p-rolled that one past Trafford.
Yeah, I'm always sweating when it comes up and he's taking penalty. I'm thinking this is -3. This is -3.
But yeah, no, I'll be keeping him as well. It's a great point that obviously we normally do play the fixtures, don't we? But I mean, he's the top scoring player in the game at the minute, I think.
Would you guys bring him in for the next week if you didn't have him?
I would, just because with Sheffield United, I watched them today. Yes, there was a sending off, but one of the facts that stood out, which they said on the commentary, was they've got the worst record in Premier League history for the amount of goals conceded. And I think I just think he could have a massive haul that game. So I would bring him in, to be honest.
But they've got Newcastle, haven't they, next? That's the week after.
Yeah.
Newcastle at home. Or do you bring in a double game week player?
Luton put forward past Newcastle, didn't they?
Yeah.
I'm not slating Luton; they're a decent side, but I mean, Newcastle aren't what they was last season, or even early doors this season. They really have fallen off a cliff.
I kind of think I would do damage limitation and still just get him in, because it's one of them, isn't it, where it keeps taking. You keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and then if, like we said, if something else comes up the week after, then you haven't got him for FU or
Well, perfect example, Ben, is how you got stuck this week and you couldn't get him in because you had 2 injuries. Whereas if you just get him in and then go, right, you know, it's done now.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did when Trent and KDB came back. I thought, right, just get him in.
Yeah, straight in. Yeah.
And but
we know what happened to Trent.
Again.
We've got DT Philip, but we've already done captain picks. We've already covered that. He says, I know a lot of people have gone with City defenders with their fixture volume, but do you think you're better off going for Liverpool or someone else with City's lack of clean sheets and their defenders not really getting bonus or attacking returns when they don't get clean sheets? We sort of did. We know your opinion on it now, Tony. You had your.
I'm all right.
Ben, you've not got any City. What do you reckon?
Well, yeah, I've gone against City. I've brought in Liverpool. They've got that one extra game later on in Gameweek 27. So I'm hoping that they don't rotate in Europe now. It's the later stages. I'm hoping they get a semi-hard game, a decent club. If they end up playing a nobody, they'll probably rotate. But I'm hoping it's a decent game for them. So hoping they play the full strength team. Hoping it's a full strength team for the later stages.
What about you, Jordan, for City defence?
Yeah, like I said, I've got Ake, but I wouldn't really target any more City defenders. I think safest options, Arsenal, Liverpool, obviously with the fixture volume. So I'd say Liverpool and Arsenal defenders. I'd highlight Kivior to keep an eye out for as well. And then if you wanted to take a big punt, I think Everton have got the 4th best clean sheet ratio in the league at the minute, but I wouldn't go anywhere near them, to be honest.
I've got 2 City at the minute. I'm on Edison and Ake. I'm fairly happy with that. I did sort of toy with the idea of even maybe taking a punt and getting 2 City this week, but then I chickened out of it, which probably turned out to be the right decision. But I don't think they're that bad to target. I don't mind it. I know they're not going to get the attacking returns like a Trent, like a Robertson, but I still do think they've got a run coming of clean sheets. I was looking, and they're still like I think they're third best for goals conceded. I think second for expected goals against. But I think it's going to eventually happen. They're not like all of the goals they concede tend to be like big mistakes, don't they? Overall, they're fairly good defensively. Apart from that Chelsea game yesterday.
That's the frustration though, in Scott, is they are good defensively. They're very solid. They have most of the ball. So that the opportunities the other team gets to score is usually minimal. But it just seems that they're not conceding many, but they just seem to like trickle one in every other game, or they don't seem to go on a run. If there is a run to be had this week, Gameweek 25 coming up, Bournemouth, Luton, probably see back-to-back clean sheets there maybe. But then United, never an easy game. United always turn up for the derby. It could happen there. Obviously, Copenhagen midweek, they did score against them. That was at home. Then they got Liverpool, Brighton, Arsenal, Villa. I can't see many clean sheets there in the next 4 after that. So if you've got a couple this week for Game Week 25, I think that might prove fruitful if they get on the pitch.
Yeah, I don't think, unless they get a clean sheet in this next one, I don't think people are going to be jumping on them more, are they? Now, to be honest, because that Chelsea game was a bit shaky. They looked all over the place. They were playing so high up, and they were just getting hit on the counter constantly. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Who do you think are the 2 nailed defenders for Man City at the minute? I'd say Ake, but other than that, I couldn't say there's 2 nailed on defenders. Maybe a Kanji.
Yeah, I think Ake had started that was his 7th in a row that last game. But then you can look at that either way. You can look at that as he's nailed, or you can look at that as he's due a rest, can't you? Yeah, there's no point even trying to guess.
No.
I think Ake, Diaz and Walker, but I think when that FA Cup match comes, there's going to be rotation.
Yeah.
What about Brighton's run for defenders? They've got.
I don't want to talk about Brighton defenders.
Yeah, Stupid.
I've got him. Absolute nightmare.
Should be going for the Rovers, lad. Jan-Paul Van Heck.
Yeah,
Van Heck.
Yeah,
he was brilliant at Rovers.
Yeah,
solid. He's really
he was my Sky captain today.
Was he? Great shout.
Yeah, it's good.
I think my Sky captain was Colton Morris today.
Yeah, so Brighton have got Everton, Wolves, Fulham, Europa League game, Forest, Europa League game, and then it'll be, if they get through the FA Cup, they'll be playing whoever they play in the quarterfinals. But if they don't get through, then they blank, because Man City should beat Luton. That's who they're supposed to play. I like Villa's run of games as well. They've got Forest at home, single, Luton away, Europa League, Tottenham at home, Europa League, West Ham away. But you see Villa again, they conceded a customary single goal, didn't they, this weekend?
Yeah. I always like the idea.
Yeah. With injuries, isn't they? They've got is Conser back fairly soon? Do we know?
I can check that.
Yeah. Well, they've got who's the other one as well? Is it
Mings is coming back soon, isn't he?
Yeah. No. Someone help me out here. Diego Carlos.
He's out till Paddy's Day, 17th of March. Conser's back on 4th of March, apparently.
Moreno was close again. He scored, but it was offside. That was that shouldn't have been ruled out. It's too close.
It's bollocks,
benefit of doubt.
Yeah, Cash is back in the team as well, isn't he now, because of all those injuries?
Yeah,
it's pretty good to have at the start of the season. But you just know that Emery doesn't particularly fancy him, because when he's got everyone available, he doesn't go for him.
Yeah, which is a shame, because he's such a good attacking asset. Matty Cash, good. Good player.
David 87's got another question. Any Trippier owners looking to get rid? Points magnet, but at the same time, Newcastle look garbage, and others have Europe coming. I've not got Trippier, but I noticed. I think Tony.
I am.
Yeah, Tony. Thoughts on
Yeah,
Trippier?
I've got him. It's easy off the back of because he only got 2 points this week, so it's easy to think get rid. Obviously, he's one of these players a little bit like Saka, where he can hit double digits. We're not really doing a lot or keeping a clean sheet, and so before this week, I think he had a 5. They conceded 2. Week before, he had 9 points. He conceded 4. They conceded against Aston Villa. He got 6 points. He's very, very steady. But that being said, I am looking at Brighton for their upcoming doubles, a nice run of doubles, 3 running. And I am looking at Van Heck, who scores decent on the matrix. He does get quite a few bonus points. And I know from being a Rovers fan and having him on loan for a season that he's quite capable of popping up with a goal as well. So, yeah, a possible move for me this week might be Trippier to Van Heck. But yeah, I'm not 100% nailed on that, but there's a good chance that when you see my team next week, that'll be the move I make.
That had me shocked. I thought we were joking, Brighton defence.
It's not so much just for the clean sheets, but obviously,
But, he has done well for bonus.
I think Nathan Wisby said it in the chat. Can you see any team getting clean sheets? There's just not many around. I think you need to be picking players that are got the fixture volume, but they're good on the scoring matrix, good on getting them bonus points.
What about Lewis Dunk? He's nailed in the back line, and he's getting involved with attacking returns.
Yeah, good player as well. Good option. Yeah. Like I say, Estupiñán's he's a great option, especially in this format. And he come back, he was firing, getting all these points. But if he's going to be a rotation risk, I might as well go for a City defender. If he's not, we getting the minutes. If I go against City, it's because I want people that are nailed.
I think when it comes to defence, I think at this point now, I'm just going to try and get probably a little bit of Arsenal, City, Liverpool, and just leave it. I do not want to be making any more defence transfers. I'm just sick of it.
Are you not worried about that possible blank for Arsenal coming up?
I've currently got no Arsenal in my team, but they are statistically best defence in the league at the minute, and the players are right up there as well, aren't they? Gabriel, Saliba. But yeah, I've so many times this season now, I've bought a defender in, taken him out, bought him in, taken him out, and I just think City, Liverpool, Arsenal are just so clearly the best defences that eventually the clean sheets will come, even if they're not on the best of run. Yeah. I think
Arsenal's got 3 home games out of the next 4, and they've got Sheffield United away. You could see clean sheets in all of them, but they don't have as many games as, say, City and Liverpool.
Yeah.
And they might blank in the quarter-final week because they're playing Chelsea, and Chelsea got Leeds, so possible blank there. So you could jump back off, and then they play Man City the week after.
Yes, it's a good jump-off point, isn't it?
The blank will be a problem, obviously, but what we are seeing now, like I went Robertson this week instead of an Arsenal defender because of the
singles.
Well, it's a double this week, isn't it? But then they get the single the week after.
Yeah.
But yeah, just goes to show we're now like doubting which defender from City or Liverpool is going to play twice, whereas Gabriel and Saliba, they're just every game. If they're fit, they play.
Yeah.
There's no worry. Next up, Nathan Wisby. Is Salah essential? Jordan, we'll start with you.
Yes, I believe he is. I'm planning to get him back in the team soon. At the weekend, even though I thought he might take a bit of time, just hit the ball running, and I think he's a must to get back in the team soon. Don't know if I'm going to do it this week. I might. I've got the funds to get him in, so I just might make that move, Jota for Salah. I think the earlier you get him in, the better. That's my opinion on it. I just think he can cause you too much trouble otherwise if you haven't got him.
Yeah, I'd agree. Hat-trick potential, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hall potential. What about you lads? Ben, you going to get him injured?
Definitely. He's going to be the highest transferred in this week, no doubt. And it's an easy transfer from Jota if Jota's injured.
Yeah.
So that's one transfer already permanently in my team at the moment. Get it done.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
The way it come about this week came a little bit. After bringing Jota in, so you're deciding between Jota and Núñez, and then Jota goes off injured. Salah comes on. You're like, oh God, just stay quiet. For all the people that brought him in and took the punt, fair play to him. He brought him in a little bit early. As I did with De Bruyne, I'm always going to leave it a week unless he was starting. Unless he started, I'm not taking a risk on his fitness. I did the same with De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne come on, didn't he, that week and had quite a good introduction as well. So harsh on Jota owners or Jota, the people who brought Jota in. And then Núñez goes off at half time, and that's a suspected injury as well. I've not heard anything since, but that's not looking great. So
2 months.
Oof.
Matt Woolley, our Sky Sports announcement. Last hour or so, breaking news: Jota's out for about 2 months. Cruciate ligament knee damage. Cheers, Matt.
That's not a good one.
He's another injury-prone player, though, isn't he, Jota?
Yeah,
he is. He is. Which is unfortunate because he's such a good player.
Class
He didn't
player.
have the injury record that he had. He could be a big player, but yeah, you get them, don't you? You get them. So now Salah comes into the mix, and he's going to be, depending on what happens with Núñez, he's going to be literally, he's the main man again. He's on penalties, so they've been looking good going forward, Liverpool, but a lot of that has been to do with Núñez and Jota. They've both been on fire. Now, to lose both of them, are they going to lose that potency? Obviously, Salah does soften that ball a little bit, his return, but yeah.
Shout out.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Just going to say shout out to Aman who brought in Salah this week early. 10 points already and got a game to go. Only 22% owned in the top 1K at the moment, Salah.
22?
Yeah.
That's more than I thought it would be, to be fair.
32% in the top 100.
The thing is, like, obviously, fair play to anyone that bought him in because you were going to bring him in sort of regardless anyway, sort of thing, because you thought he was on the bench and you still bought him in. But like the amount of people that I see beating themselves up going, I knew I should have bought in Salah. But the thing is, he may not have come on until like 20 minutes till the end.
Yeah. Done nothing.
If it hadn't played out the way it went with Jota getting injured that early.
Yeah.
So
he might have just come on, kick someone, got a yellow card, and that was his first game back. Yeah,
definitely well deserved for anyone that did bring him in early. But like, you can't beat yourself up over that.
Definitely not.
Afterwards. Pascal Gross, a good differential for Gameweek 25-26. Now, Nathan put this in our questions yesterday at 8:30 before the Pascal Gross mega haul. So, Wisby, he's got an eye for it. Pascal Gross, 12 points today. Maximum bonus points with 5. An assist, a shot on target, and 2 big chances created. I like it a lot. I do like it a lot.
Not bad, is it? Not bad.
I don't even think it will be. It might be a differential for a week or so, but I think he's going to be popular.
I'm just going to ask Fricker whether he's taking it, bringing him. If he is, then I'm not going to bring him in because he'll break him again. Yeah, he's a good option. Very good option. The thing is that how much I'm hearing about Gross, he probably won't be a differential.
Yeah. I'm looking. I think I could see myself dropping down to 2 strikers and putting him into the midfield. Just having Haaland and Salah, maybe. Anyone bringing him in? He won't be this week for me because I think I'm fighting fires. But
yeah, I'm tempted to bring him in, but I think I've got all double game week players, so I don't know what I'm going to do with my second transfer yet. Might have to move on one of these non-European players early and just bring in someone like forward planning, maybe Gross, maybe a Diaz, something like that.
great pick, I think. Spiky-headed weirdo, rotation proof as well, isn't he? He's one of the ones that seems to play.
You have a problem with De Zerbi, don't you?
Yeah, I don't like him.
Hold on. I didn't know this. Is it a little bit like my hatred for Klopp?
No, it's only because of the rotation. It's nothing personal, really. Yeah.
It will end up personal. Or just as well while we're on about Klopp, I'll bring in the little lad back from football this morning, and I was getting off the junction back into Darwin off M65, and there's this car. I think it was an Audi. Was it an Audi? Don't know what it was. Anyway, fancy car. It had 2 little liver birds, like Liverpool symbols, gold on either side of a reg W222 LFC. Not only did he cut me up once, this old bloke, he cut me up twice, and I'm not one to get angry, not on road really, but I held on to my own for that long. I give him a wanker side as well, and I was just thinking in my head, does he know? Does he listen to this pod? Has he done that on purpose? I don't know, but yeah, check the reg, make sure he's insured. W222 LFC.
No.
What a wanker. Anyway.
Did he fist pump you?
Oh, no, he didn't. He just like looked at me. I was just like, little lad, like, Dad, what you doing? What you doing? No. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. No, mine is just the rotation thing. Like, he's even swapped his keepers again today. He swaps the keepers depending on the opposition.
Yeah.
No one's safe.
Weird.
Apart from Pascal Gross. I approve of Pascal Gross. Ryan Driver, Alvarez or Nunes for the 3rd striker spot. We don't know if Nunes is fit, do we? Go on, Matt. What's the update on Nunes?
Yeah.
I don't like either, actually.
Yeah.
It's a tricky question when you don't know if Nunes is fit.
Still lots of time. If Nunez is fit, you got to be Nunez, isn't it? But
both decent options, but I go for Nunez as well.
That was a lovely finish, wasn't
it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's confidence. That.
Yeah, but what is he doing? Trying to chip a goalkeeper that's standing up? How has he got the ball over him?
It weren't on, was it? It didn't look on.
He only had to put slot in the bottom corner. What is he doing? Like, you don't do that to a standing up goalkeeper.
No.
He wasn't even in like a crouching position or anything. He's standing fully stretched. Crazy. And he still scored.
We've got an update from Matt Woolley coming in. He's a doubt for the Carabao Cup final, 50-50. Still waiting for more news. Cheers, Matt.
Yeah.
Rachel's got a question for us. Looking at remaining fixtures, what are the best weeks for Park the Bus or 12th Man? Go on, Ben. You take the lead.
I'm going to say, know.
Well,
1 second.
Yeah, I really like 31 at the moment. Obviously, it depends on the teams getting through in the European competitions. I do think Man City should get through and Arsenal should get through. So then in 31, they'll be playing their second leg of the quarterfinals. So Man City have Luton at home and a quarterfinal second leg. Arsenal have Villa at home, quarterfinal second leg. Obviously, Liverpool's got to get through as well. Crystal Palace at home. They're all home games in the league. And then your second leg. Who else was there? There was a few other ones in there. Brighton have Burnley away, possible second leg, and West Ham have Fulham at home, obviously possible second leg. But yeah, there's still loads of opportunities. Game week 25, which is next week, you've got your FA Cup double header with the league matches. There's a few there. But obviously, if we've got Trippier, you could bang him in there with it. But it's a tough one with Arsenal away in the first game and then Blackburn away. 26 is Man City's double game week with Man United and Copenhagen. Liverpool's got Forest and their Europa League game. Villa's got Luton. Brighton's got Fulham. West Ham's got Everton. 27. Arsenal got a very good double. Brentford.
Yeah, I like that double. I like that double there.
Yeah.
Double
Brentford at home, and Porto at home. But if you pile in there, you might get stuck when the FA Cup quarterfinals in the next week. So that Chelsea game might be off. So
maybe we'll know by then, will we?
Yeah. Yeah, we should know, obviously, this midweek or the FA Cup games, how they get on. Not this midweek, sorry, the next game week. So 27, you got West Ham as well. They got Burnley at home, and then the Europa League game. Brighton's got Forest. They're probably the best ones. Bournemouth in that week have got Sheffield United. I've got Sheffield United and Luton at home, and then they go into Wolves, Everton, and Crystal Palace double game week in 29 as well. So that you could go for a cheeky Bournemouth defender there if you wanted to. Some nice games as an enabler. And obviously, a lot of talk about the game week 29 double game week is all Premier League double game week. So if you still got Trippier there, that he's got West Ham and Everton at home. There's loads of doubles there, obviously. 33. Pardon?
I was going to say, you might find with that 29 one, at least you may not have to change your defence around that much.
Yeah.
The other ones you probably got planned for.
It's probably the easiest one to fall in, like if your team falls naturally for a part of the bus. And then you've got 33 and 34. That's obviously depending on who gets through in the European games as well. But I wouldn't target them because it's semi-finals, and it's a semi-final first leg and the semi-final second leg in 33 and 34. So, yeah. What do you think?
I think you've covered the part of the bus well. Yeah. I've not got any more to add.
There's the she's also asked about the 12th man. What do you think about that?
Have you got that one left, Tony?
Yeah, Solanke 27.
Yeah, you mentioned that last week, didn't you?
Sheffield United and Luton came in. Were it last week or a couple of weeks ago? It come in on. I think I don't know whether one of the questions or one of the guests or in the chat, but it was mentioned, and then it's stuck in my head now. If I do still have it at that point in 27, I think that's a very, very good way to use it. It's a nice double for somebody who's nailed. He's scoring He's scoring very well this season. 2 nice fixtures, and you don't have to spend a transfer to get him back out afterwards. So it'd be a win-win. So Solanke in 27 for me.
Yeah, I like the sound of that, especially that bit. You haven't got to use a transfer for it, and the fact that it is that's a European week, isn't it? So there's probably not going to be people dropping their strikers or taking a risk on dropping their strikers. So you get to keep your big hitters in and get the extra guy. No, I like the sound of that.
Yeah,
it's a risk-free differential, isn't
it? I would have liked to add a 12th man this week, where obviously I had 2 injuries in my team. I could have got rid of my 2 defenders and then brought in Saka as my 12th man. And then obviously bring Saka in next week when you can get him in or something like that. What do you think, Jordan?
Yeah, I like the Solanke idea. I've been a big fan of his all season. I've played my 12th man already, but I would agree with the Solanke pick myself.
Yeah, also, Chad, if you can't get to a top player like your De Bruyne or your Salah, that's a good, or like Saka, like me, that's a good time to use your 12th man because of their budget. If you can't afford them and you really want them for that double game week.
Yeah, I think as the game's gone on this season, I think we've learned a little bit more about the chips, haven't we? The boosters, whatever you want to call them, like the 12th man. It's a good little, like you say, either to boost your get a player in that you can't quite afford, get 11 men out on the pitch if you've got 2 or 3 injuries in a week, or use it as a luxury and bring in a player like Solanke for a week. But yeah, early doors, like I don't think anyone were thinking like that, were they, with the 12th man? I don't think. I think it was just like, sod it, let's get anybody in for a double, and probably a City player or a Liverpool player.
If they do keep the game the same, that's definitely something I'd consider for next time. What Ben said, like because that didn't even cross my mind that there might be a time where we knew that there might be a time where you couldn't afford to get someone in, but we didn't really think through there could be a time where you need to replace 2 injured players and then you can't get the player that you want. So, if they don't change the game for next year, I think I'd maybe use that one as a bit of a get out of jail. God.
Yeah, literally just leave it sat there.
Wisby, can you name 5 good differentials next week that could haul? I mean, we've done a couple differential picks already, haven't we?
Yeah.
We do 5 between, or should we do 4, 1 each? We did do differentials, but I know you mentioned Neto. This guy didn't play that well, actually, at the weekend, but I still think Hwang is going to do well.
Yeah, he's been a little bit quiet since he come back, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, he missed the last. He played. This was his first one back.
Was it? Oh, no wonder he's been quiet then.
No, he was supposed to be back for the first one.
Yeah, I thought he was.
But then he had a calf injury, so he missed it, pulled out late. But he should be on pens because he was on them before Cunha was out. I think one of our listeners put that in the chat recently. So I think he'll be a good differential for that double.
Yep, decent. Just further up on the chat, with Baz, can't believe no one has mentioned Gibbs White, Forest of the Aston Villa United. I know Gibbs White has stung a few people. He's a top player, Gibbs White. But
is that your differential? Is it?
No, it isn't. Gordon for me. I think if he's playing through it middle, I know Arsenal was a tough game, but then he's got a nice fixture against Rovers. He'll cause our defence problems, guaranteed. He's looked on it this season, Gordon. He's a player that I didn't really rate at Everton. I thought he looks all right, but then since he got up to Newcastle, he's just he looks like a man possessed. He's a different player. So, yeah, Gordon for me.
I was just looking on the ownership on the FF stuff, and Palmer's already down to 53%. He was like 90 odd, weren't he, last week?
Yeah.
So that'll be good for me next week, hopefully, if I keep him. I think Adingra is a really good one because he's not even in the top 1K ownership. That's like proper differential. That.
Yeah, just hopefully they weren't watching the Sheffield United game today. His ownership will go higher.
I've gone just a couple of Man U assets. I've already mentioned Højlund, but because Garnacho's getting a good run of games at the minute, I'd say Garnacho.
Cool. There's your, well, not quite 5. Drop them in the chat. Someone make the 5th one in the chat. Drop them in there.
Tell you what, Garnacho should have that trick today, shouldn't he?
I know we just covered. the 12th man when we'd use it. But is there anyone that you would do it for this week? I hate that. It's the typical fantasy football thing to say, but it is team dependent, isn't it? Depending who you've not got. If I had it at the moment, I'd probably use it on Salah.
You'd bring him in though, wouldn't you?
Well,
if you don't have any injuries,
I think I can. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have Nunes. I could have Nunes and Jota out, so I'd probably be bringing him in as the transfer. I wouldn't mind Højlund. I quite like that.
But go on, you go.
No, go on, Ben. You're right.
I was just gonna say I would. My learnings from this season is I wouldn't use it on a player that isn't the talisman of a team again. I used it on Alvarez, and Alvarez is prone to be rotated. He had a lovely double gaming. I think it was Bournemouth and Young Boys. He played the Bournemouth game, come off early, and then he didn't play the Young Boys game. So that's my learnings from this season is if you're going to use it on a talisman. I did plan initially to hold it and use it on KDB when he come back from injury, but I think everyone was parking the bus in Gameweek 11, and I was thinking, well, I don't want to use my park bus on this week, so I haven't got the team for it. So I thought I'll go for Alvarez because I had Nunez, Jota, and Haaland, my front 3. And then I thought, oh, I'll bang him in as well. Then that's like fighting against the defence, 4 attackers, and it didn't work out for me. So, yeah, talisman, that's another thing that I'd say.
Yeah, that stung me exactly the same with Nunes, didn't it? We had pretty much the same story. I got a game and a half from Nunes, and I think he scored about 7 points or something.
Yeah.
Well, I think
sorry, Scott. Just a disclaimer about something I said earlier about Trippier going out on my side this week. He won't be going out on my side this week because he's got a double. So it might be Gabriel that's moving on to Van Heck. Just want to put that out there. Just if anyone thinking I'm going crazy.
Right, and we've done the last one really. Nathan, is Salah a must-have? We've spoken a lot of Salah, so we'll pass on that one. We'll whiz through this one because we've got going a while now, haven't we? But just quick team updates. The teams are on the screen. Ben, where are you? How many points you got? Who'd you captain?
58 points and a captain Haaland. Rodri got me 12 points. That was a good one. He come back with another 2 points today out of nowhere. So he was on 10 last night when I left it. Robertson I brought in and Van Dijk I brought in. They were on for a clean sheet, so they got 5 and 4 points each. Van Dijk hit the crossbar as well from a header.
Yeah. Robertson cross as well. You could have got double whammy.
Yeah, just my luck in it. Not having a very lucky season. 5.5K at the minute, dropped down a bit. So yeah, that's my team.
Tony?
Yep, 66 points this week. Captain Haaland. To be safe, should have gone Saka maybe, but yeah. I transferred in Gabriel and Jota. Jota got injured. Gabriel got me a nice 10 points.
So both coming straight back out.
And they both might be coming straight back out, yeah. Obviously, Gabriel with a single and Jota is out for 2 months. yeah, I'm happy now this week that I went forced. It was a choice between Estupiñán and Palmer, but I left Palmer in against his old club City. So he's got a nice double this week. Hopefully plays the Leeds game and can get me a few points.
And I'm one less point than you, 65 for the week. That difference was Estupiñán's 1 to Trippier's 1. Trippier's 2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I had to do two defensive ones. I literally did Trent to Robertson, Vardiol to Ake, so pretty much straight swaps. Both done all right. Both got bonus, 5 points each. Red arrow though down to 310. Was that red for you as well, Tony?
Yeah, 246. It's gone down to. Sorry, yeah.
But again, injuries. That's Jota flagged for all of us, and hopefully I've got Nunes as well. So hopefully it's not him because I need Estupiñán gone. Well, Jordan. Sorry,
if looking at that though, so Scott, so you got Matt saying he's 50-50 for cup final. Would you not rather get rid of Estupiñán that's not playing and keep Nunes in, or is it if Nunes is flagged for this week beforehand, will you leave Estupiñán in and switch your 2 strikers? You
just don't bloody know with that guy, do you? Because like Estupiñán's got a double now, and Everton and Wolves. But I mean, he was like the 3rd defender to come on for Brighton today. I think it was come on for like last 10. So I'm not even that confident he gets that many minutes in this double. Yeah, I'm happy to just wipe my hands with him. I think keep Nunes. Maybe keep Nunes, go Estupiñán and Jota out, and take a chance on Nunes. What about you, Jordan? How you getting on?
Yes, got 71 points this week. Just made 2 defensive moves. Put Ake in, and Virgil. Watkins, I've still got. He got me 15 points, so hence
happy days.
Points there. I've just kept him all along. I'm not going to take him out. I just want him sat in my team, consistent perform, just ticks along nicely. So yeah, Watkins performed really well for me this week. I'm just dropped below the 6,000 mark at the minute. I'm on 2,449 overall. So yeah, not having a bad season, but it could be a little bit better.
Good stuff, mate.
Right, quick whiz through the leagues. Tonic Cash League. We'll do the top 3. The top 10's on the screen if you're watching on YouTube, but we're going to go through the top 3. So we've got C Tobin up in 3rd. We've got G Payne in 2nd, and then S Powell at the top. He's on fire at the minute. Still got a booster left as well.
Yeah.
So well played, you guys. Second chance, Tony, for that.
Yep, in 3rd, Baz McCormack. In 2nd, Nathan Wisby. And at the top, T. Hemming.
Well played, boys. Ben, do you want to do the tag team?
Yep, in 3rd place, Sean Powell and Hugh John. 2nd place, Louis Wright and Matthew Kent. And top is Barry McCormack and Ben Coles.
Barry's smashing it there, isn't he? Doing really well with those 2 boosters left. Patreon Cash League top 3. So we've got L Giles in 3rd, C Tobin in 2nd, and B Coles in 1st. Should we go through the Tonic divisions next? I've not said you, Jordan, because I don't know if you can see him there. You look like you're struggling. Really? I'll start off with the Prem. So in 3rd, we've got O Higgins. In 2nd is me somehow, even though I feel like I'm falling. And then in 1st place, B Coles. Well played. He's having a great season. Ben,
Championship. Oh, sorry. Sonic Championship. 3rd, Jay McGow. 2nd, Connor Story. And top of the shop, Aaron Wade.
Tonic League 1, L Giles 3rd, M Warner 2nd, and G Payne top.
That is the leagues. One last thing, really, before we go, we just wanted to give a shout out. Obviously, we've got Jordan on the pod with us but we've got a meetup that you've been a big part of helping us get arranged. So on St. Patrick's Day, 17th of March, we're hitting up Coventry for our first Dream Team Tonic meetup, and we'll be going to go see a ice hockey game. So do you want to talk us through what we're going to?
Yes, mate. So it's going to be a little bit of an eye-opener. The team we're playing, mate, honestly, it's going to be a massive eye-opener. I believe we're playing Sheffield, and they're like the Real Madrid of the English Hockey League. They've just been galvanised this season. So they've pumped us a few times this season, but hopefully we have a good result against them. But I think it's going to be a match of a high quality team, and we're going to be there to compete. But it's a great atmosphere. I think we're going to have a few drinks in the bar beforehand in the Wetherspoons, FA Cup weekend as well. So yeah, be a good laugh. Coventry are sitting mid-table at the minute, and they should finish in the playoffs. And then the playoff finals are usually around April or May time. So the face-off starts at 5:30. Can get plenty of drinks in the rink itself. But yeah, there's loads to do, loads of places to eat, and it'll be good to meet up with everyone. And yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy your first hockey game if it's your first one that you're going to. If you come and if you just put a message in the Discord group, because I can organise promotional tickets, I can get them at a discounted rate. So you're saving yourself about £10 a ticket. So I just need to know in advance. But yeah, it'd be a really good night. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, if anyone needs any details, you got any questions about it, obviously just get in touch with us either on our Twitter pages or leave a comment and we'll get in touch with you somehow if you're interested in coming. But yeah, it'd be good to meet. We've got quite a few of our Patreon members going, but I mean, anyone is welcome. So if you're just on Twitter and you want to give us a message on there as well, get a few details, come and have a few drinks, even if it's you're just popping in for a while and you're not there for the whole night out or anything, just come by. It'd be good to meet everyone. You lads got anything to add?
Yeah, it's just we're meeting at the Spongate from around 12 o'clock. Get yourselves down there. We want to see as many of the Dream Team community there. It'd be really good to see some faces. Put some faces to some Twitter profiles and Discord members as well.
Yeah, no Leicester tops allowed though. But other than that,
what wearing a Leicester shirt? Yeah, it should be good. Should be easy enough for people to get to as well because it's right in the middle of the country.
Yeah,
a few hours either way.
Yeah, if parking wise, if you're driving down, you've got a car park right next to the arena. However, it's horrendous to get out of. But they have got a car park near the Belgrade Theatre. So if you just have a look online. But for parking, I'd say the Belgrade Theatre. It's just easier to get in and out of. It's only like a 5-minute walk. So that's just another thing to bear in mind.
Cool.
And if you're staying over, what's the is it the Premier Inn across the road that we're staying at?
Yeah, you got the Premier Inn, and then you got the Sky Blue Tavern next door to the Premier Inn. So if you want a good curry, you got the Sky Blue Tavern right on your doorstep. Cheap and cheerful in there as well. They've got all the live football on. So
Happy days.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Sounds brilliant.
Hope to see you guys all there. Thanks to everyone that's been watching. Obviously, like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. And we will see you on the next episode. Cheers
everyone.
Yes, mate.
Ready
Cheers.
for you, mate.
Thank you, Bob.